I work on Alzheimer's disease genetics. Today we announced the start of the Penn Neurodegeneration Genomics Center, which is a clustering of people that are working on Alzheimer's disease genetics and bioinformatics and functional studies and breadth of activities, all focused around genetics. One thing I want to make everybody aware of are some of the resources and programs that are ongoing on campus. These are, for example, the Alzheimer's Disease Genetics Consortium, which has data from 15,000 cases and 20,000 plus elderly controls. And we have genetic data for that. We have phenotype data for that. We have more data than we can analyze. So we encourage people who are interested in a particular phenotype or matching that with genetic data, we can help them get that data and give it to them and provide access in data that is ready to analyze as opposed to something you have to torque around a lot to get ready to analyze. We've given out data packages to 160 different people. Unfortunately, most of them are not at the University of Pennsylvania, so we want to make this well known so people can then apply for these data. We're also heavily involved in Alzheimer's sequencing, whole exome and whole genome, and we're one of the funded centers to analyze that data and identify genes and variants that influence your risk for Alzheimer's. And then, in addition to the analysis, we're now the data coordinating center for all the genetics, both chip-based data, and sequence-based data for genetic projects in the U.S. So we'll be processing lots and lots of sequence data. We'll have it here on campus. Sequence data is so big that if you want to start your own program and you're not at a place where people can have the data on stock, you have to pay to transport it and store it, which is substantial, but we will have over 10,000 whole genome sequences available and 15,000 whole exome sequences available for people to play with, all of that backed by very deep phenotype data. So if you're interested in MRIs and genetics or biomarkers or CSF biomarkers and genetics, these are all data packages we could put together and help you analyze or make sense of. And then finally, we're also the center for dispersing data. So the data, when people want to do a project, they can apply for data to the NIAGADS, which is the National Institute on Aging Genetics of Alzheimer's Disease Storage Site. So anybody in the country can get that disease data, but we are here. Since it's on campus, it's much easier for you to use without having to move this massive amount of data. And we're getting more and more sequence data all the time, both from Alzheimer's and non-Alzheimer's cohorts to use as controls. So this is an opportunity for people to come up with ideas, come to us, and we'll facilitate analysis and acquisition of the data and get you going as best you can.